Hello all, I'll give it that few minutes to let people log on. Important update, I do have forums to get on to here, one starting in 24 minutes, but I want to give you guys this important update. We have reached a major milestone. It didn't take long once I got into those primary sector union forums. We've sailed past, I'm at 212 signatures. Even now, I'm watching emails pop up and notifications as I'm doing this Facebook Live. This is what I'm going to tell everybody for what the roster of signatures it's going to be. I'm closing it at midnight because I said I just wanted 200 signatures. And, I knew I would sail past that, and that's very good. It's going to continue, but at midnight tonight, whoever hasn't got in is going to be a part of that letter, that registered email going forward. I've run out of time, everybody. I have to release that letter. I have to send that registered email out to the parties concerned. You're all going to get to see that. You're going to get to see a breakdown of every piece of legislation, federally and provincially, just over this last year, that we're going to target specifically, that takes that crown power and takes away your rights and freedoms. Now, I'm going to put that out publicly. I'm going to share that with all of you before the registered email goes. Anyone who at that point reads through it doesn't support that going forward, you're welcome to either email me or message me that you want your name removed. Now, I don't think we'll have that. What I'm asking, and to get this video shared out, is understand that every right and freedom that I'm specifically targeting with these acts and bills, both federally and provincially, for the province of Alberta and federally, generally for all of Canada, or administered against all of you Canadians, that we're using these Albertans to target this crown, which is Her Majesty, UK Parliament, and especially the UNSC Binding 5, which is going to go out to South Africa because they are the president this month, and I need to have that in on the 21st their time so that it goes forward in the UNSC on the 22nd in that morning, pertaining to what they're talking about absolutely this week. For those of you who don't know, Russia, I did a forum yesterday. I had Mark O'Reilly, Brenda Chernishan, and Dennis Chenard, and they were on it, and several other followers were on it, and we all experienced that live. I'm sure that's gone forward. That has everything to do with 1960s binding law removing that crown power, specifically colonialism. This was the gift of the UN, and Canada isn't on that list. No history of any Canadian since 1948 has gone to the UN to register that complaint of the colonial powers being used right here in Canada. I'm going to be the first, along with every Albertan who's putting that name on this letter. I don't know how far that will go. It's not something a lawyer can do. It's any UN citizen. If you're in a UN state, which we are in Canada, you can do this. Maxime Bernier's father was the first to complete this work in Canada, where he took it upon himself as a UN citizen to start going forward with that. And I've really taken that example, and that's what I've been doing for the last several years. This, if anything, will absolutely embarrass Justin Trudeau and Jason Kenney. And I think, if anything, if nothing else, it is at least going to put them in check. And at least the world of countries is going to look at Justin Trudeau, premiers like Jason Kenney, with a lot more scrutiny. And maybe, just maybe there'll be media on it. I don't know, going forward in the future. I don't even care if my name's on it. I just care that we get change, that we get that knowledge out there on the world stage, and other countries realize Canada is not all what it's cracked up to be. I often talk about constitutional lawyers, Richard Albert, John Carpe, and I can go on in the list of international experts that I've had the fortune and the great privilege in the last 6 months to get involved with, and they've all taken a pretty good gravity to me, and I just keep growing forward with World Academia. And that's what this really is. It's taking a chance, doing something, instead of sitting on your hands and hoping for some miracle to come forward. Be the change. Get out there, do the work, get it done. That's all I'm trying to do here. This may not be for everybody, but you know what? It's all about getting the truth out there and limiting the gross abuse of power of your governments, whether that's federally or provincially, and holding them to account. Because as it sits in our constitutional monarchy, there is absolutely no accountability whatsoever. So again, for everybody, I'm just going to repeat it again. We're currently at 212 signatures. I've broken the 200 mark that I wanted to. I'm sure by midnight tonight that number's going to be higher. But, for all of you, thank you. And you're going to get that presentation over the next 24 hours. Tomorrow, I'll publicly release that. I'll let everybody look at that. If anybody at that point doesn't want their name attached to it, I'll remove it. But just remember, all of your rights and freedoms of the people, whether you believe in religion or you believe in guns or you believe in property rights for everybody, whether you believe in First Nations' right to self-government or unions' right to have freedom of association, or any group of Albertans' right to protest, express themselves in any way, shape, or form, I promise you at some point in your life, one of these rights and freedoms will be trampled on if you don't stand up today, and it will be yours that gets usurped because you allowed these to go bye-bye the way of the dodo. And if you do, they'll come after your rights next. Everybody thinks that somehow, I don't like this, I like that, but I don't like this. I promise you, they're all attached. They're all absolutely attached because it's for you, all the people. And if you start letting a few go, they're just going to, hey, you let those go. So what if they're human rights violations? We're just going to keep cutting and taking until we get you all down here, submissive, subverted, and you're going to be in this globalist, multicultural, multinational organization of limited few billionaires while all of you are at the bottom, or you're going to be in a communist type of situation, dictatorship, where you don't have any rights and freedoms and your government tells you how it's going to be, how you're going to live, and that's just all that's going to be. Because if you allow them to take a few, they're going to take them all. Thanks, everybody. Please share this. This is exciting. It's great. We cracked the 200. I knew we would. And it's only going to get better. Like I said, it's worth a try. If anything, it's education on the world stage. And yes, Justin Trudeau, Jason Kenney, and any politician across all those mainstream parties are going to have to look hard in the mirror about how they proceed going forward. Because that embarrassment, that stain, will be there on the world stage, regardless of what your politicians tell you. That's what we're doing here. And I promise you, whether it's a Commonwealth citizen or a UN citizen, this is something that people can do. You can do this. It just hasn't been done. But we're going to do it, and we're going to show you this fine example. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Share. I got to go. 15 minutes to my next forum. Bye now.